Yeah, real talk. Can Activision actually stop the cheaters? They don't even want to. That's what we're getting into today because I don't think it's a question of if they can or if they can't. I just don't think they're willing to do it. And I feel like that's the answer that people are a lot more uncomfortable with. Because when you look at a game like Valorant and how their anti-cheat is built, it's built from a kernel level. So that means as soon as your PC boots up, it's studying your goddamn video driver. It's monitoring everything, every file that is coming in and out of your PC. Now, I get people who have privacy concerns about something recording data from the moment you start your PC up. That's valid. But at the same time, something has to give. Because these people are literally just waking up, making fresh accounts, and cheating their way to iridescent like it's nothing. At some point, you gotta ask yourself, would you rather have your game monitored or your lobbies ruined? So technically, COD could do it, but I just don't feel like they will. Activision will never go that far because they're just in it for the money and they definitely do not give a fuck enough about us. And allegedly, they're talking about how they banned over 800,000 accounts in the past year, but it don't seem like it because the game's not clean. Banned players just make a new account, jump right back into it, no consequences, no hardware bans. It just seems like a revolving door of level 55s just cheating. And at what point is it going to be where enough is enough, where we just leave the game? Because something has to change, and it's like, even with the numbers plummeting as far as they have now, it still doesn't seem like it's making a difference. It's like, in some aspects, absolutely. I'm not going to sit here and be over dramatic and lie, but I just feel like it's not enough to really move the needle. I feel like the real true change we need to start with is the cheating situation. Nobody else is tired of them just doing enough to keep the lights on and keep us on the game enough to start spending, because the game was free on Game Pass, so Warzone's already free, so they're basically giving you the game for free in hopes that you spend enough time and see something cool that you like to just buy it. But that is literally what they're banking on. Instead of relying on good gameplay that you could actually have fun on without dealing with the bullshit that comes with people cheating in your lobby. Because I feel like that should, the customer experience on your product, like, you should want them to support your game because they genuinely enjoy it and not because you guys master the art of casino mind tricks on games these days. And I just don't feel like most casual players don't even give a fuck that people are cheating. They probably don't even know, because once a guy shits on them enough, all they do is just back out and go into another game, business as usual, not watching kill cams, barely reporting. It's like casuals don't give a fuck. And it's not even like this was ever new. Usually, like, in all fairness, I feel like this was more restricted to the older COD games back in the multi-COD era. Because I remember guys floating outside the map with akimbo shotguns, cross-mapping you because they had aimbot on MW2 and even Black Ops. Like, it was just crazy. But it was always like, I never ran into any cheaters on like BO2 when BO2 was the COD that year. I haven't ran into cheaters on Ghost when Ghost was the Call of Duty of that year. So I feel like hacking this bad and this blatant and obvious just goes to show how much more accessible cheats are to everybody. Because I understand that people try to blame PC players, but in all fairness, it's like they have AI aimbot on console as well. So I feel it doesn't really matter what platform you play on. It's like you're not safe. And something has to be done about the cheaters. And I just want to touch on briefly how the mindset of gamers have changed since COVID. Because when COVID hit, I just feel like there was an influx of new players that was new to games, and all they ever knew was Grand Theft Auto, NBA 2K, Madden, FIFA, and fucking COD. Like, that's all these people know. So most people don't naturally understand what it feels like to naturally progress and get better in video games, because they're so used to instant dopamine hits that some people will just be a fucking loser and cheat. And some people are tired of fucking losing to the losers who are cheating, so they also buy cheats. So now it's just a big clusterfuck cycle of cheaters. And everybody cheats for a different reason. Some people just want to cheat so they can grind accounts and sell them. Some people, like, it's a whole big ecosystem in itself. And it's kind of sad that this is where Call of Duty has come to, where it's just so many blatant hackers and nothing is getting done about it. It's like Call of Duty absolutely doesn't give a fuck, because if they truly cared, they would have done something like a kernel level anti-cheat. And I understand it's invasive, but there has to be some level of trade-off, because we can't keep moving forward like this. Because if we keep moving forward like this, I don't know if COD will die like within the next few years, but it's definitely on the path to dying, to where we will not have any more Call of Duties. And that's why personally I just ultimately just left the multiplayer games alone a lot more, because when you have to always question if somebody's cheating or not, or it just doesn't make the game as fun to me anymore. So now I have been a lot more focused on single player games, and I just been really enjoying myself again. Shit, I'm even thinking about replaying the first like 5 Assassin's Creed, just because I remember having so much fun with them as a kid. But life's too short to be over here bitching and crying about people cheating on a video game that you don't have to play. And I get that you have every right to play without it being infested with cheaters, but at a certain point, man, it kind of is what it is. Like, we can't sit here and keep complaining about it. We just have to get the fuck off and play more meaningful games that actually care about our time and try. And that leads me into, you know, the bigger picture of what I'm even trying to say here. And it's like, people out here saying that GTA 6 is going to save gaming, and it has potential to help push gaming even further, but I feel like it has a lot more potential to cause a mass exodus from gaming. And the reason that I believe this is because so many people are putting so much faith into this game that it's going to be hard for this game to live up to the expectation and pressure that it built to be the greatest game to ever release. Like, that is how people are feeling about it. But I personally feel like it has more potential to do a lot more harm in terms of microtransactions, the pricing on games, because if GTA 6 is $100, I feel like for what they may have to offer, that might be a good price point. But the problem is, if they do it, everybody else is going to try to do it. And I feel like it's going to be a thing where I know gaming is a first world thing, a first world luxury, but at the same time, it's like, just because it's a luxury does not mean that everybody who does not have crazy money should be priced out for games, because it's a luxury. But at the same time, you wouldn't complain to people that think going to the movies is too expensive. We gotta pay fucking $10 for a box of M&Ms. But yeah, I just feel like last year we was heading in the right direction, because I'm not sure how much the Silk Song game was. I'm pretty sure it was $30 or $40, but that's a great price point for that game. I feel like Expedition 33, that was game of the year. That shit was $50. So that's proof that we do not need $100 base games. You can deliver quality and a fair price, and people will buy that shit. Meanwhile, 2K is charging $150 for the fucking best edition of the game, and it gives you like 100,000 VC and a t-shirt that everybody's gonna get for fucking season 1 with an athlete on the front. Like, it's just so garbage. But nonetheless, where I stand on this topic is, I don't expect COD to fix the cheating problem. People are still playing, buying skins, and as long as that's true, I just don't see the reason that they would want to save this franchise, because it seems like they want to kill it anyways. But I'm just doing my part with my voice to try to